Gardener here in my office once again, and this is part 3 in my unofficial series on how to reduce the Wi-Fi emissions from your internet router. In the first video I showed you how I got a shielding pouch which you can put over the router to cut out the Wi-Fi emissions, and this depends on you having all your devices connected with Ethernet cables, because it's very difficult to get the Wi-Fi signal once the whole thing is encased. In the second video I showed you my existing setup where I have a Netgear router which has a nice Wi-Fi on and off switch, and then you can just push the button and turn on the Wi-Fi when it's required. However, that was a little bit inconvenient, mainly because the router's on the top shelf. So I've recently purchased a new router, which I think is an even better solution, and I'm going to show you how I set it up. But first of all, let's see how it comes out of the box. Right, let's unpack this baby and see what we got. So, order slip. What's that? UK adapter, also has a European plug on it. And here's the box. Now, as you can see, it's a standard ASUS router with the JRS Eco-100's firmware on it. So this is the D1 model. They have a D2 which is designed to stand vertically. They're completely identical. The only difference is that the D2 one has detachable aerials, so that you can stick in an extra little attenuator in the base here if you want to reduce your Wi-Fi range even further. Let's take a look at some common Wi-Fi setups that people have in the home. So your Wi-Fi is coming in from your service provider via your phone line or fiber connection. You may have a separate modem, or you may just have the router. So you may have this combination of both of them, or you may just have a smart hub like this one, which is a combined modem and router. Whatever it is, these will be emitting Wi-Fi, and then you will connect to the Wi-Fi using your various devices. So your mobile phone, your printer may be on Wi-Fi, your desktop PC, your laptop, games console, smart television, whatever. Now obviously all these devices are emitting Wi-Fi when they're connecting and talking to the phone, which is not a good situation because you're getting blasted with this radiation 24 hours a day. So a better setup is to switch off the Wi-Fi on your router, which you often have to do through the software control panel, and then connect everything else up, or as much as you can, using Ethernet cables. So this is the best way to reduce your Wi-Fi, because it will eliminate the Wi-Fi almost completely. So you would need probably a network switch, which is just a simple box with well, this one has 8 outlets, and you can get them in various sizes, and you would then plug everything in, connecting with Ethernet cables. And this way you only need to use your mobile phone. You'd have to switch on the Wi-Fi on the router to update your mobile phone. You can also connect your laptop. If you don't want to use the Wi-Fi in your laptop, you can actually get adapters like this one. This is an Ethernet to USB-C adapter, and you can find these quite cheaply on Amazon. And you plug the Ethernet cable into that, and then just plug this into the side of your laptop. That way you don't need to switch the Wi-Fi on. Now, with most modern phones, you can actually do the same thing. You can connect the phone using Ethernet, but that's, it's a little bit inconvenient. So most people would still want to just switch on the Wi-Fi so that they can do that, just to update their phone. Now, another method you can use, if it's inconvenient to run Ethernet, like the best time to put Ethernet into a house is when you're doing a full rewire. So it may not be possible to do that. However, you can buy these gadgets called Powerline adapters, and basically you connect the router's Ethernet output to one of these, plug it into the nearest mains socket, and it sends the internet signal using your mains wiring around the house. So wherever you need to access the internet in whatever room, you just plug in another one of these, and again connect it with an Ethernet cable to your devices, and they will all work. In most cases this will be fine. In some obscure wiring situations, like maybe if you have multiple ring circuits, you might have problems doing this. But in most cases this is perfectly fine. It's more secure than Wi-Fi, and you usually get faster speeds unless you're talking like a gigabit fiber connection maybe. If you can't have Powerline adapters, or you have Ethernet but you still need the Wi-Fi on from time to time for guests or to update your phone perhaps, this is the JRS Eco-router, and the Wi-Fi can be controlled from your mobile phone or your other Wi-Fi enabled devices, and it only turns on the signal whenever it's required. It's a really good solution, and I do recommend this as ideal if you're not that tech savvy and you only need the Wi-Fi on from time to time. You don't want it on all the time. So here is the router in position here. I've actually mounted it on the wall, though this is actually a floor standing one. This is the D1 model, but it can be wall mounted and it's slightly cheaper than the other model. So I went for that. So we have 5 lights showing at the front here. The 3 on the left hand side here are just the Ethernet connections, showing you that there are active devices connected to that. The other 2 are the ones of interest, and the one on the right hand side that's blinking is just the power light. The one to the left of that shows you the status of the Wi-Fi, which is available but not connected. When it's connected, there are 2 other lights in between those 2 that will come on to show you both the Wi-Fi frequency bands, the 2.4 gigahertz and the 5.8 gigahertz. And we can show that there's nothing happening just by, if I bring in the acoustimeter here. So there you go, hopefully you can see that. The light's well in the green, and that's right in front of the router. So no Wi-Fi. However, now that I push the Wi-Fi onto my phone, you can see the 2 internal lights have come on there, showing that it's transmitting on both bands. And there's a difference. So about what you would expect from a Wi-Fi signal. So it doesn't have that annoying motor boating noise. It's more of an intermittent signal from that. That's because the power is turned right down on this. So I've just turned the Wi-Fi off on my phone. You'll see the 4 lights are on at the moment, but hopefully they'll go off any second. You can set the time interval on this. I think I've set mine to 100 seconds. So it's about a minute and a half after the Wi-Fi signal is disabled. The router will actually switch off itself. I should also mention that you can switch off one of these channels. You can switch off the 5.8 gigahertz channel, which reduces your exposure even more. You have to keep the 2.4 one on though to make things work properly. So as I say, there it is, the JRS Eco, and there you go. There's the Wi-Fi is now switched off completely. So just to summarise then, this JRS Eco-router is a really good solution if you're not that tech savvy and you don't want to have your house wired for Ethernet, and if you don't like using the Powerline adapters or for some reason they don't work. So having this router will allow you just to have the Wi-Fi when you want it. You can set it in what's called beacon mode so that other people, when they come in with a new device that it's not recognised, can actually see the Wi-Fi network and access it. But the way I have it just now is you train your own devices in a special mode, and then after 24 hours it will switch into full eco mode, and your devices can activate it but nobody else can see it. But I think it's a really good solution. There's a little bit of tech savvy required to set it up, but it's not that bad. It's not that complicated. And the instruction manual is really good, and they have really helpful videos on the website. So yeah, this is absolutely my best recommendation if you don't want any of the faff of running cables around the place, but you do want to have better control of your Wi-Fi. So thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it and found it useful.